Welcome to our Isaac training. This is going to be a brief overview of the tablet and from the driver's perspective. The first thing you'll see when you log in is the driver dashboard. Here you have access to the Isaac Coach. The Isaac Coach is a tool that helps operations and the driver see the efficiency in the vehicle operation. Isaac Coach will generate a report in the Isaac metrics where the driver can see if they're accelerating too quickly, if fuel consumption is too high, and other areas of improvement. I don't have any data in this report as this is a training tablet. However, an actual Isaac unit will. You also have your drive time, brake time, GPS, current truck, trailer, and load number, as well as some shortcuts and functions up top. The sun controls the tablet's brightness. Here you can choose between these options or make some manual adjustments yourself. The envelope is a shortcut to the driver messages. If this envelope turns red, there is an urgent or priority message in your inbox. The silhouette is a co-driver login button. This does not log out the current driver, it simply adds another driver to the team. The white and red box is the malfunctions and diagnostics area. Here you can look at them individually or all together. The green satellite and truck is an indicator of the current connection status. You can take your tablet out with you to do an inspection. You do want to make sure you maintain a good distance. If you go too far, you may lose connection. You do want to check this color before you start driving again, just to make sure that you are connected. Right. Next portion we're going to discuss are the messages. Here is the inbox. In the inbox, you have access to any messages that have been sent to this unit. If you want to read a message, you can go ahead and click on it. Read it yourself or have the tablet read it to you. You can reply or archive. As a reminder, you cannot delete or permanently get rid of a message. You can simply place it in an archive folder. Go ahead and click on that archive button, and that gets rid of that message for you. If you want to access previously archived messages, go ahead and click on the Show Archived box on the bottom. Any messages that have been archived will pop up in gray. If you want to generate a brand new message, you click on the New Message box. Here you can type out a brand new message and click Send on the top right. The next area we'll cover are the trips. Trips are broken down into stops and activities. The first screen you see are the stop screen. Here you have access to your trip number, total stops, start and end of the trip. To access the activities, you'll simply click on the trip and expand those options. Here you have access to your pickup and delivery, but the most important part of the screen is your Start Trip button. You do want to start a trip before you do anything, so that way you have access to each load portion. If I click on my pickup, I can see customer directions and special instructions. I can arrive myself and do my loaded call. If I try to do any function that's out of order, the tablet will let me know that those activities must be completed in the displayed order. Your logbook is a breakdown of your current day. You do want to make sure that this is a mirror image of your current truck, trailer, and load number. You can also see your 11-hour clock, 14-hour clock, and your 70-hour clock. Here you can see that I have some off-duty time and I want to make a log edit. To do so, I want to go and access the history. I'm going to choose the day I want to work on. And I want to edit this area here. So I can either choose it from the list or I can click on the graph itself. I want to change this off-duty time into on-duty time. Go ahead and edit that. I want to first make sure that this is the time I want to work with and hit split. I'm going to go ahead and forward stamp just a minute. And once I do that, you can see that blue bar. It separates my old log into my area where I can work out of. The category I'm going to use is default. Under the default category, there are many options you can choose from. For example, I wanted to take that off-duty time and do a loading time. That is an on-duty task. I want to make sure that my address is updated. So if that is not correct or if it's missing, go ahead and get rid of that and put a current location. Next thing is the activity details. We do want to put a note in there. All right, hit the check mark, save it. And lastly, my final note. All right. Once you are happy with the changes, go ahead and click Save, and the graph will then update that for you. If you are done for the day, you can go ahead and sign your log, or if you have more to do, you can just simply back out. All right. Under the logbook, you can also access your recap hours. So again, you'll go into the history, and right next to the daily logbook, you have the recap area. Here you can see all of your clocks as well as your recap hours. Under daily logbook, you can do a signature on each log. You do have to sign your logs every 24-hour period. So as you can see here by the green check marks, all of my logs have been signed. If I have multiple days that haven't been, I can go ahead and approve them all with this button. If I want to sign a specific day, I go ahead and find that day, click on it, and sign my log from here. The Inspections tab allows you to inspect a truck or trailer that is currently on your team. This is not an area where you can add or drop a trailer. So currently I can inspect my truck and trailer that I have. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Hit New Inspection. It brings up the inspection form. Anything labeled with an M is an automatic out of service. If I have an air loss rate that exceeds the prescribed limit, I can go ahead and click on the three dots on the top on the right. I'm going to fail that piece of equipment, add a note, take a picture if I can or if I need to, and hit save. If there's nothing wrong with that piece of equipment, go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom of that form. And you're going to sign that inspection. That updates my inspection time, and I can do the same for this trailer. Now, if I'm dropping this trailer, let's say I'm moving on to another assignment, I'm going to go ahead and do another inspection. That will be my post-trip. Let's say there's nothing wrong with that piece of equipment. Scroll to the bottom. Go ahead and sign that post-trip. And notice it does not get rid of that trailer for me. So for me to get rid of this trailer, I have to access another area. I'm going to go ahead and go under my applications. And right next to my pre and post trip, I see a hook drop trailer menu item. In this area, you can get rid of or add new trailers. All right, I'm going to go ahead and select what I want to get rid of and simply click remove. Am I sure? Yes, I am. And I'm going to go ahead and finish that out. Now, under the inspections portion, you no longer see that trailer. If I want to add another trailer to this team, I'm going to go ahead and go back into my applications. Go ahead and hook another trailer to that. Hit add. And I'm going to start typing my trailer number. You do have to select the trailer from the drop-down menu. If you simply type something in and add it, it doesn't add it to the actual log. The form will not be attached to a specific trailer. So you do want to choose from that drop-down. You are hooked to that trailer. Yes, I am. And hit save. That adds that new piece of equipment to your team. Go ahead and finish that, but you still have to do an inspection on it. So these two buttons work hand in hand. Pre and post trip, drop and hook. The reason why the pre and post trip button is first because you will always inspect your truck first. Then after that, you can either pre or post trip a current trailer or change that. The documents portion is an area where dispatch operations or safety can add documents that you are needing. So if you are pulled over on the side of the road and you're missing a registration or a permit, you can go ahead and drop that into your truck specific folder. So in this instance, I am in the Isaac training unit, and any documents that were sent to me would be in here. Right. Here is the application screen. These are your different duty statuses and some forms that are used for communicating with different departments. Your yard move mode is here. Anything listed with on duty will automatically place you on duty. So if you are hooking and dropping a trailer, let's say you forgot to do it the night before, you don't want to do this function until you are completely done with your break, right? Fueling, current trailer is just a communication form between yourself and dispatch. It lets them know what trailer you currently have. You have the ETA to consignee, off-duty status, and sleeper. You do only want to use the sleeper status if you are physically in the back. If you're going home for a 34-hour reset or you are at home for a 10-hour break, you don't want to leave yourself into the sleeper duty status. Here is your log off button or the end of shift button. You do want to place yourself off duty before you log off. Loading, you have scaling, you have your drug test, and then your pre-plan commit button is down here. OSND, roadside inspection, accident and breakdown are communication, right? So OSND is a form that communicates with our safety department regarding overages, shortages, and damages. It does ask for pictures of the product, damage, and bill of lading. These are all of the things that our safety department will ask you for if you have this going on, right? So if I hit save before I fill it out, it will reject that and let me know what I am missing with that exclamation point. Roadside inspection is the area you want to be very familiar with. This is where you will go if you're pulled over by an officer and they're requesting your logs. So you have three options here. You have display driver report, which will log you out of the tablet and generate a PDF form of your logs. This limits access to your tablet. You have transfer via web services and transfer via email. Web services is essentially a Bluetooth connection, and again, email, you will just simply ask the officer for their email. You can ask them for their badge number as well, and then depending on whichever option you choose, you will hit transfer or display. It is imperative to learn this and know it well. You are required to know this at the time of a roadside inspection. Accident on duty is a form that communicates with our safety department as well. This is again the minimum information that is required in case of an accident. Breakdown communicates with our breakdown department. Here is also another form that breakdown will need. You have your breakdown route, state, mile marker, any notes, and pictures you can take. All right, under the exceptions button, you have access to the 16-hour rule. It'll be here if you have that available to you. And again, your yard move mode button. Okay. Before I log off or go off duty, the first thing I want to do is make sure that my log is up to date and it's current. So I can see here that I still have my truck, trailer, and load number. If I'm done for the day, this should be updated. So I do want to final out this load assignment before I log out. Go ahead and go back into my trips, go into my load assignment. And I notice here that my delivery is not complete, so I'm going to go ahead and access that. And I'm going to do what's left over, which is my empty call. Great. Once you select that, different forms will come up for each function. So for this one specifically, it's asking me if I loaded the trailer or unloaded. I'm going to select no. My bill of lading number, I don't have one because I'm empty. Seal number, I don't have one because I'm empty. And again, weight in pieces, I don't have any. Did I drop the trailer and what my current trailer is? The person that signed for my load. So I'm going to purposely miss a couple of fields just to show you what that looks like. My hours available, and a couple of other little forms. So now if I try to submit this empty call with some information that's missing that is required, the tablet will let me know my form is invalid and let me know which forms I still need. All right. As you can see, these are not required. And then my exact arrival time. We'll just say we got there at 12. All right. This is a really big one. You do want to write in your arrival and departure times on your bill of lading for detention purposes, your fuel level, and your hours remaining, which are up here. All right, once you are happy with your form, you can go ahead and hit save, and that load disappears. You will also notice I have no active trip because I have completed that. I have also dropped this trailer, so I want to go ahead and get rid of that as well. I'm going to go ahead and go into my inspections first. I'm going to go ahead and do my new inspection or my post trip. And there was nothing wrong with this trailer, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. All right, and once I've done that, I can sign that log, that inspection form, hit save, and now I have to get rid of it by dropping it off of my truck. I do that via the application screen, hook and drop trailer, and I want to go ahead and drop this trailer, so I can click on it and remove it. Finish that off, and now I see that I have just my bobtail, no trailer, no active trip. So if I'm happy with the way that my log looks, I can go ahead and go and place myself off duty or sleeper. You don't have to put a note in here if you don't want to. Hit save. My off-duty status will appear here. And then to log out for the day, I'll go back into my applications and log off. Before you log off, the tablet will ask you if you want to confirm on your logs or sign them. If you do, you can go ahead and click that. If you want to review them, if something's not looking too good, you can either review or hit not ready. So I'm happy with what I see. Go ahead and agree on that. I don't want to put a note in, so I'll hit save. And that logs me out. And that's it. You guys, thank you so much for joining. Welcome, and call us if you have any questions. Bye.